Mr. Caleb Hammer, you said something about $15 million. What was that?
Okay. All right.
We're getting right into it.
Well, I just feel like that when you're... All right. Yeah, you're hitting strong.
Yep. Let's hear about it.
$15 million. I feel like if you have $15 million in stocks and you withdraw 4%, which I know 3% is more longevity, better.
Yeah.
But 4% was the quick math. $15 million in the stock market, $50,000 a month. That's $50,000 a month.
Yeah.
It's $50,000 a month. I feel like that's an if you're in a very good income situation, of which I've become absolutely blessed to be in because I have the most amazing audience in the world.
Yeah.
It's like if I'm like 1/15 of the way there. If someday I get there, I feel like that's incredible because how can you even spend $50,000 a month? I have no idea.
You'll find a way. In Texas, you'll find a way. It's a bigger house, bigger property taxes,
Aquariums.
It's a Tesla. There's a lot of ways to spend it. It goes fast.
I just feel like it's like the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal.
You were saying something, Graham, where you're like, yeah, you're saying 15 now, but at some point in the future.
Yes. I think once you build up to the point where you get to 15, you're going to say 20. Because what if your stock's half in value now that 15 turns into 7.5? What if your 15 happens during the peak of a bull run and then you say, all right, I got my 15, I'm done. You lose 50% like that.
Yeah.
Now you're down to 7.5. And then you think, well, now I got to go back to work. I just think if you were given 15 million today and snap of the hat, done, you might treat it a little differently than if you accumulate 15 million over, let's just say, a decade.
I will say I'm very competitive with myself, so I'm sure if for some reason I ever get there, which is still just crazy, that, okay, sure, I'd be competitive with myself. I'd probably want to do more and stuff like that. But 15 just sounds like such a milestone that is slightly beyond what I think is possible that it's something to just shoot the moon for.
Sure.
Yeah.
And have you mapped out at your current trajectory how long that's going to take you? If things continue at the same path, which we're going to get into very shortly, how long?
No, I haven't because I refuse to believe that. There's something in the back of my head every single day that this thing is going to come crumbling down.
That's what I've said. Yeah. I've told Jack since the very beginning, I'm like, this is the last month, Jack. How often have I said it? This is the last month.
I mean, like every time we meet, basically,
yes, I'm like, Jack,
that.
it's over.
I have such a big fear and anxiety around, okay, so I have the show, and the show's primary goal is to educate the people, the financial auto, educate the people on the show and then educate the audience as well. And I would be okay doing that, only bringing in a tenth of what's bringing in. I would still love to do that. It's absolutely good. I could still sustain myself and stuff. Well, maybe not in the new house, but, you know, liquidate that, move into like a place that I was at before, and that'd be totally fine. I just have a fear and anxiety, man. We just live in this age where like anything online can happen. One random person gets angry at you for yelling. I'm someone who yells on my show. It happens.
I like the yelling, though.
$462 of purchases. What are we doing? Good. Do it in the future. Well, it's also just my personality.
It's part of the show.
It's my personality, but I yell at someone just the wrong way, then boom, I'm the most evil person that's ever been created on the history of the planet, and it's time for Caleb Hammer's over party. And it's just like, okay, I feel like that's always a preparation.
Yeah, but how much of a service is it providing for you to constantly be worried and anxious about something like that?
But it's in the back of my head at all times. It's like, because anyone can do anything. Anyone can spread anything. The internet's just a weird place where people don't care about other people's feelings because someone's behind a camera. They're all of a sudden a person that no longer exists. They are not just a normal person anymore. It's weird.
But see, you can't control that. You could only control yourself. And so when you can control yourself, you can control what you do with those emotions, what you do with your time, what you choose to focus on. And if you're focused on that, or focused on the things that bring you anxiety, and we were talking about you feeling trapped when we were filming for your episode, of you feeling like you're not in control. And I think at a certain point, I'm very much the same way. I like being in control of things. You just have to let it go. I've been getting better at that too. I've been very hands-on with everything I've done, but there is a sense of relief that comes with I can't control it. Nothing I could do, let the anxiety go.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Which is we've all seen people on Twitter just go wild and just follow down any rabbit hole. And so I think that's just always just in the back of my head because I never expected to be in this position. I hardly want to be in this position. I know someone's going to say, okay, but you're making a ton of money. Sure, that's great. But
you know, I have to say your come up has been faster than just about any other finance channel that I've seen. Right?
Yeah.
In finance. I don't think there's anyone that's gone from like relatively unheard of a year ago to where you are today. When I'm posting, hey, I'm in Austin, who should we do a podcast with? It was Joe Rogan was number one. You were the second. And I'm not sure if that's just because their audiences overlap, which I have a feeling is a lot of it.
Oh, yeah.
But there's so many people that said Caleb. The fact that you went from almost nothing a year ago to that today really says a lot about what you're doing. And I think that's a lot for people to handle, coming up with such a consistent schedule like you do and growing at that speed.
People have just been so cool and so supportive. It's been really cool. Well, I mean, I was telling you off camera, and I'll tell you now, I don't think it's anything that a YouTuber should say, but I like being open and transparent.
Sure.
And I was telling you this off camera. I actually don't really like being a YouTuber. I really don't. I feel like it's a lot of kids' dreams, but I don't. It gives me panic attacks almost on a daily basis. At night, I go to bed with panic attacks. I wake up with panic attacks. It's just so much stress. There's so much. I like the interaction. So every once in a while, I'll run into someone on the street. They're like, "Oh, Caleb Hammer," stuff like that. And that's cool. That's a positive, good interaction. But even that, I'm like nervous in some specific instances. Like, what if I just went out in my pajamas that day, and then all of a sudden, like, someone recognizes me, and it's just like a bad.
I love that. I love when I'm dressed like crap and I'm at Target. And I'm doing the ultimate.
Like that?
Dude, I'm doing the ultimate sin, which is wearing socks with sandals. And I do that. I just dress horrible. I'm walking in, someone's like, Graham? And I'm like, yeah. I'm shopping at the cheap part of Target, like the clearance section. It's not. It's what you would expect. If you see me in person, I'm usually dressed pretty bad. Just wearing free clothing.
I love running the business side of things.
Yeah.
I love running business. My dad's a business owner. My grandpa had a small business. My grandma had a corner shop. I think that just runs in my blood. Love working with the employees that I've brought on full time. Love that. I hate how public this job is. I hate it.
But you're good at it. You're great on camera.
So that's why that 15 exists. If I ever got that, I think if I hit that number, I think all of a sudden no one would ever hear from me again.
I would disagree. I would disagree with that. I think you're too good at what you do, and the demand is there, and enough people have an interest in your content. I think you could take it so many places.
Yeah, I think the thing that gives me the panic attacks the most is just the wide audience. It's just such a big number. Now people rely on me. I have 2 people who they rely on me to pay their rent. They rely on me to pay their bills. And then I've, taken on bills of my own. And then also, I mean, there can be people who disagree with the way I do the show. Maybe they wouldn't get financial help being in the seat, right? Maybe it's not for them. But then it's like character assassinations and stuff like that. Things that people, they go to this extent and say you're someone completely different than you are. And that gets under my skin and with me, where they think I have negative intentions because I might raise my voice every once in a while.
I'm betting that you're going to get over it eventually. I don't know how soon or how late it will be, but I think that right now you're so focused, and you say that all of your anxiety comes from this wide audience that you have. Mm-hmm. No, I think it just comes from an underlying condition of being an anxious person.
Definitely
right?
am.
And once you solve that, having a wide audience and people that complain about you online and make hate videos and stuff like that, that's not going to affect you.
I don't care about complaints. I don't care about complaints or hate videos specifically. It's when people character assassinate. That's what I don't like.
But
when they turn you into someone
all
different.
of your anxiety to this up here, when actually it's just this underlying condition of being an anxious person, right?
Yeah.
And eventually you're going to solve this, which is going to solve all these auxiliary things.
Yeah, a great book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a A great book.
Have you
I
read
recommend
that?
it. I have.
Okay, I read that a couple months ago.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, there's an audiobook, by the way, for free, I think, on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So you could just listen to it. The book is actually better because I feel like you internalize it more. A great book. I'd recommend that.
This feels like a Caleb Hammer vent session so far.
I think so.
We'll get more into the venting.
Yeah.
But the reason
why
we're
I
here,
vent about one more thing?
Is it in and out?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
It's not. It's f*** you. F*** you. Why didn't you hire me? You could have hired me a year and a half ago.
Wow.
I wanted a job.
What was the job for?
I don't know. Any job.
This was to do Jack's laundry.
Was it actually?
Yes.
Anything. I would have done anything. I wanted a change in job. I had enough saved up. I would have been fine.
So here's what happened. 2.5 years ago, give or take.
This was Alex's position?
Yep. Caleb was right there. So we asked our audience to submit a video on YouTube. Just title it Graham Stephan Interview. And in the interview, we want you to share why you think that we should hire you. And we looked through all the videos. We probably got 100 submissions. We're sending submissions. Yeah. But Caleb, I think you were saying you wanted to make one of those videos, but you decided against it. And instead you went with a financial audit approach because you're going to film a video.
Well, yeah, you already hired him. So like a year and a half ago when I was just done, I got turned down by another YouTuber and stuff. And then I was like, damn, but I want to work in the YouTube space and watch you forever. Try to get in your DMs. no
I am so
looks.
sorry.
No, I totally
Jack's
get it. I get
terrible about
no.
it.
Well, I get a
Yeah.
trillion DMs a day now, so I get not being able to look at them. So that makes sense. And then you also did not look.
I don't check them.
Alex also did not look, but I scored a one-on-one with him. I paid for a one-on-one with him, and I talked to him,
smart.
and I
Okay.
was like, okay, can I get a job for like $0? Like, I'll come work for free because I just want to work in the YouTube space.
Yeah.
And the answer was no, and that was totally fine. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show that I know Graham's script style, I know Graham's video style, editing, blah blah blah. So I ordered like everything of your set, so I could redo the set, film, write a script, and even do like the Graham talking arms
the
and
hands,
everything.
yeah.
And record that, send it to you guys somehow, and then maybe get a job. Last attempt ditch right there.
Okay.
And then I just decided to make a show that I wish I was able to watch.
If you've ever been denied a car loan, credit card, or even an apartment because of what's on your credit report, you are not alone. Most people don't even know what's hurting their credit score, let alone how to fix it. That is exactly where our sponsor Dispute Beast comes in. It's an AI-powered platform that helps you find and remove outdated or inaccurate items from your credit report fast.
We're talking things like late payments, old accounts and collections, or even accounts that don't belong to you. Not to mention, how it works is super easy. You connect your credit report, and Dispute Beast scans it for negative marks that could be dragging down your score. Then it generates custom dispute letters tailored for your situation, no templates and no guesswork.
You could choose to just download the data and send it to the agencies yourself, or you can use their built-in mail service where they will literally handle everything for you.
It's honestly just really clean and simple to use, and it's built by experts.
So if you're ready to take back control of your credit, go to disputebeast.com/ICH today. There's also a link down below in the description, disputebeast.com/ICH. Guys, they will literally handle everything for you. If you're dissatisfied with your credit, they will do all of the research, let you know what's going wrong, and they will fight for you. disputebeast.com/ICH. Thank you so much to Dispute Beast for sponsoring this clip.